Hello and welcome. It's another Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's another Wednesday to say hello to the people who are working from home. And since today is July 1st, maybe some people even take off for the July 4th holiday. Something different, certainly this year. How long have we been at home? Since March 13, I would say. A long time. What has happened? Again, the hair doesn't always look perfect. When we think of, I read today somebody went to the hairdresser for the first time in 17 weeks. I might have to get a haircut soon. But what if not everything is always perfect? What does perfection mean? I guess we're not all in Hollywood, where we have a hairdresser all the time, where we have a makeup artist all the time. So then how can you show up as yourself? I think that's what I want to create on Facebook, Instagram. Everything always looks perfect. Everything looks probably staged. We know people, or at least used to buy stuff. They took a picture on Instagram and sent the stuff back. Is that what you want to do? Or is it that you want to be yourself and maybe the makeup or the hair is not always perfect? I think that's what I want to achieve. It's okay to be not perfect. On the other hand, I am probably a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to work. So when it comes to work, I want to make sure that I give my best, all the time. When I have clients, I want to be present for them. I cannot multitask. I need to be present with the person. And we all know everybody is different. I have a program where we do role play assessment and coaching, and it feels like it's the same program, but everybody has a different story or looks at things differently. So when I think coaching is the same for everybody, it has different slants, everybody has a different nuance, everybody is at a different stage in their life. So what I want to make sure is that I'm really present for everybody, and present meaning I turned off all the notifications. I'm sure some of you can understand that. You have all those emails floating in and you kind of like look to the side when another one is popping in. Some people even have the annoying beeping on the phone. Whew, that's not what I want. So I have my phone always on silent, especially when I have a coaching session. The phone is turned upside down so I don't see it. I have the phone with me until I have the person, and then I say, okay, now we're here. I don't need the phone anymore. Let's put it aside. Same with the notification. When I'm on a Zoom call, I cannot have those messages floating in. I just cannot. And in 90 minutes, when my group coaching sessions are 90 minutes, what can happen in the world that you have to be there all the time? The world can wait for 90 minutes. The world can wait for you for 90 minutes. Why do you think we always have to respond within 4 to 6 seconds? We know that when a message comes in, you get distracted. You need to readjust your thinking, and it can take up to 20 minutes depending on the message. It can be aggravating, it can be uplifting. Let's hope it's always uplifting. It's not always like this. Sometimes when you see or hear a message from your manager, you're like, oh my God, what is it again? You're focusing on one thing and that message destroys all your concentration. try it out. It was funny, in one of the coaching sessions when I was talking about the monotasking, we actually had to help out a participant where to find to turn off the notification. Interesting, huh? Isn't that? We don't even know where to turn them off. So find, depending what you have, a PC, Mac, or what have you, even on the smartphones, turn off those notifications. We don't need them. And then the good thing, so you don't get the notifications, you don't get aggravated, you can decide when you want to look at the emails or whatever the notification should be. You are the driver of this. You can drive that cadence. So every 2 hours you check your emails. And I know some people think emails are old already. Even if you work on any other platform, Slack or Teams or what have you, you can decide when you want those notifications popping up, and then you can chime in or do whatever you have to. And then you also have the instant messages. Isn't that annoying? So many things that can distract you from the perfection that you want to achieve. So certainly at the beginning it was strange, like you're like, nobody's sending me a message. But then I realized I don't have any notifications anymore. So now it's fine. So you get used to it, try it out. And some people can try it out maybe just for one day and see how it is. Or, I don't know, just half an hour. Try it out. I certainly would totally recommend it. Or don't start the program and then those notifications don't come up. So that's one thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit today, just to maybe give you a peace of mind. When you're working from home, you feel like probably you need to do more. Is it true? You have to do more? I was speaking to a friend of mine and she says, yeah, if I'm not there at 9, well, but what if you come into the office, or you used to come into the office at 9, and somebody says, let's have a coffee quickly, and it takes half an hour. Well, that's what I mean. Like, you don't always have to show up at 9 at the dot, but you can also start your work at 9:30 and maybe have a talk with somebody that would have been coming to your office when in the normal times. It's just, we have to learn how to shift. And many times I've spoken now about the new normal. We need to create that new normal. It will never be the same. When you listen, unfortunately, to the numbers, especially in the US, all the numbers, not all the numbers, but a lot of numbers are going up. We almost were thinking of a little bit of a corona hangover. We have had it. We're like, okay, when is this over? Well, it seems like that wearing a mask might be the new normal for us. And I remember I had this routine, talking about the routine. I get ready to leave the house, I brush my teeth, put the makeup on, put the lipstick on. And now with the mask, I don't need to have that lipstick on. So you have to change that routine. So you still want to look good, but then the mask is at the door before I leave. So I don't forget the mask. As they say, do the task, wear the mask. This is our task, wear the mask. It is so important to wear the mask. And yes, it is uncomfortable, but if that can save one life, that's one life that we have saved. I'm not a doctor, but certainly I understand how important it is to wear the mask and to be, I want to say, the role model and set the example. I'm running with a mask. Do I like it? Absolutely not. It's not comfortable. It's warm now. It's hot, to say the least. So if you even have the mask, it's not very comfortable on the nose. And now I have this fly flying around here. So that's another thing. It's uncomfortable, but we have to get through this, and it is what it is. So do the task, wear a mask. And the other thing is wash your hands. We know all those reminders. In March, in the early days, I was visiting a friend in the hospital. Unfortunately, she passed away in that time, so a difficult time for all of us. But every hour there was a reminder to the loudspeaker: people, wash your hands. People, wash your hands. So there was even a message every hour to really make sure that you are washing the hands. Why don't we set a reminder in the computer? It's very easy. Set a reminder. And that's the other reminder I want to talk about, is set a reminder to get up every hour. I have tried out to get up every 30 minutes, but for me that's disrupting. So when I, let's say, write, I feel like I get into a flow around that time, and then when I have to get up, it just disrupts the thinking, the creativity. So I found out that after 45 minutes, it's a much better time for me to get up. So find out at what time do you need to get up. And we all want to make sure in the Northern Hemisphere, when we have the summer times now, we all need to hydrate well. Sometimes we forget. Remember, in the offices, you would go, you have a coffee with somebody or a tea or water. That's where the water cooler talk is. So now we have to create it among ourselves. So that might be the time when you quickly check your social media feed, the social feed, and you can connect with the world. Again, it is about creating that routine, but also create that spontaneous interaction with others. Calling up somebody. Who can you call up today? I want to call up somebody whose birthday it is today. Doina Fischer's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Doina, if you watch the live. Certainly I will call her up and just say hi. Doesn't need much. So call up a person without even saying, I'll call you at 10 o'clock. So it's something spontaneous. Do that. Why not? Who can you call up today? You can even, people who like to plan, make a list who you can call up spontaneously. And with the July 4th weekend coming up, it's time to relax. Relax. And I'm one of the people who always tells, like, you need to rejuvenate, you need to recharge your batteries. What about me? Okay, I'm trying to relax as well. It's not so easy when you are a solo entrepreneur, especially in those times. You're always thinking, what else can I do? What else can I market? What else can I propose to the world that the people might need? They want to have coaching sessions now, so sign up for the coaching sessions. New stuff will be coming out. I'll be working on new stuff coming out soon. So you want to be the first people to know what's happening. But that also means that I'm always thinking, planning, creating, writing, and talking about writing. I don't know who reads my blog, but I've written 500 blogs in the past 10 years. So it took me 10 years to achieve that goal, 500 weekly blogs. I need to do some research. Again, I need to think. I need to do research. Who has 500 blogs? I know Seth Godin or Simon Sinek or all the people who produce something every single day. They must have thousands of blogs. But me, I call myself a weekend warrior, as a writer, this is a big accomplishment. Who has that? So if you have done it, you can brag. And it's not really bragging because I've done it. So check on my blog. I will put it in the comments so you can follow my blog. It's always on Facebook. Every Friday you can see a new blog. And my philosophy is that we need lifelong learning. So I talk about leadership, I talk about empowerment and encouraging and inspiring moments, and also my travel experience that I've had for many years when I used to work for the airline, and so far I've traveled to 54 countries, but I've worked with people from 60 different cultures and countries. So with the technology of today, we can actually reach many more cultures and we don't have to travel. So obviously my coaching business is global. Anybody from around the world can reach out to me, find me on the website, we can start the coaching, we can start it virtually. So don't hesitate. Now is the time to look at what is possible for you. Where are you on the perfection scala, on the scale of where are you? Are you a perfectionist, or are you always thinking and not implementing? We know when we put those words together, planning and execution, people think it's the same. It's actually not the same. I see many times that a lot of people are very good with planning, and then the execution is lacking. Who are you? Some people are better at planning, some people are better at execution. So we need to find that balance, and that's where I can come in and I can help you. And also sometimes, probably all the times, we should ask for help, and we want to make sure you have a perfect team that is helping you, supporting you. Even as a solo entrepreneur, I need to ask for help. I need to ask for help for the technology aspect of my work where I'm not the expert, certainly not. So 500 blogs within 10 years. And with the podcast, you should listen to the podcast today. I will also put the podcast link on the comments and on the Facebook, everywhere today, with Kwame Christian, who talks about race, social inequality, and especially in today's times, it's a very important topic. He has a challenge. He wants to be on 100 podcasts within, now he said, the end of the year. So who knows, it's going to be a big task for him to speaking to so many people, but certainly he has a fantastic message that everybody needs to hear now. So Kwame Christian is the person on Wednesday's podcast, on today's podcast, and Monday we heard from Ross Fraser, who is my running partner, how marathon running can help you actually with planning and also getting through difficult times. What mile in the marathon are you at? We all know at mile 18 or 19, these are the difficult miles. Psychologically, we need to almost give us another kick and say, there's so many more miles to go. We can do this. We trained for it. But it's not always so easy. Even in life, if you are going through a difficult task or time, think about where in the marathon, miles or kilometers, are you on at? Is it easy? Is it difficult? And when it's difficult, how can you get through this? With the running, we know it's one step at a time. We do left, right, don't change anything. And like this, it's like one foot in front of the other. That's how we get to the finish line. And the other observation we can make is everybody starts at the same place. Everybody ends at the same place. Some people just have different times. So don't think, people say to me, I'm a very slow runner. Well, if you sign up for a race, everybody starts at the same place and everybody ends at the same place. And these days with virtual races, maybe you try it out. Why not? That might be another challenge for yourself. So we all know the COVID hangover is upon us. How can you get through that? Listen to the podcast Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is the blog. And I will keep the Wednesday 1 p.m. Eastern for tips or insights and observations, inspirations, motivations that I think are beneficial for people who are on the life. Thank you so much for following. We'll see what's happening. And if people have questions, please reach out to me. We can talk about the topic that is of interest to you. We can research it, we can dissect it. That's also possible. Maybe in the future we even have a guest on the Facebook Live. Who knows? Who would you like to see? This can be an experiment. See, I'm thinking already, what else can I change to make it more interesting? Maybe you're done with listening just to me, but I do what I can. So we also should be happy where we are at the moment and not compare ourselves to others who are in a different league, who are doing similar things but different things. Think about this. Everybody is different. Everybody has something special. Everybody has a superpower that they are here on this planet Earth to contribute. And then if you need some help, I can unleash that superpower with you. Together, we can find the superpower that everybody has. So unleash that superpower in yourself and change the world. So this is it for today's Wednesday Facebook Live. Thank you for chiming in, and we'll see you next week at the same time. And happy 4th of July. Be safe, wash your hands, wear the mask. Remember, you don't need to put on the lipstick when you are wearing the mask, but wearing the mask is super important. All right, happy 4th of July. Enjoy, be safe, and save lives. Goodbye.